Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing Flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil. Flight Academy is now over, so it's time to turn back to some regular games. So we thought, what better way to do it than a 3-player 2.5 game, because we like to do things slightly different here at Out of Art Gaming. But joining me for our first 2.5 game on channel, we have...
It's James. I've also had an update. I'm also 2.5 now.
Yay, James 2.5, and we are happy to have you on board. So yes, we have a 2.5 game, 3 players on the board. We are playing the original Scramble the Transmissions match. This game was recorded prior to the current points update, which I know doesn't go live until mid-June, but this is the original 2.5 rules. So let's run through the list before the action really kicks in. So on the left, we have myself running Rebels. I have Aleksandr Kallus in the Ghost with the Ghost title, Fire Control System, Dorsal Turret, Enduring, Ion Torpedoes, Chewbacca, and the Agile Gunner. Tucked up in the back there, we have AP5 in the Sheathipede with Leia and the Phantom title. We have a Lothal Rebel with Dorsal Turret, Ion Torpedoes, and Sabine Wren. And rounding out the list is the cheap and cheerful pre-loadout Lieutenant Blount in the Z95, hidden down there in the bottom corner. What have we got on the other side there, James?
So opposite you on the board is Madbots with his own Rebel list and his own Ghosts. He has brought Hera Syndulla in the Ghost with Chewbacca crew, Nien Nunb crew, a shield upgrade, the fire control system, the Ghost title, and an ion cannon turret. We've also got Dutch in the Y-Wing with an R3 Astromech, the ion cannon turret, and some concussion bombs. We've got Wulffwarro. Wookiee names are tricky. In the Wookiee Auzituck gunship, with Magva Yarro crew, a hull upgrade, and Predator. And there is also AP5 in the Sheathipede shuttle with Lando Calrissian, a shield upgrade, and the Phantom title. And AP5 is currently docked on Hera, I believe.
Yes, AP5 for Madbots is docked on Hera, for me is docked on Kallus. And me and Madbots did not consult each other when we wrote these lists. Didn't even know what factions we were going to fly. Just happened to see that there are 3 Ghosts on the table.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. Yeah, it's a great designed ship. But speaking of factions, we got 2 Rebels. What have we got at the top of the board?
So currently hiding at the top of the board, we have Conor running the Empire. He's probably quaking a little bit at all the 4 dice guns on the table, but he has Darth Vader in the TIE Advance X1, stacked out with Hate, Brilliant Evasion, Ion Missiles, Shield Upgrade, Fire Control Systems, and the Advanced Optics, really making use of that incredible loadout he can have. We have 4 TIE Fighters. We have Night Beast and 3 Obsidian Squadron pilots. We also have the Inquisitor in the TIE Advanced V1 prototype with Brilliant Evasion and Fire Control System. So
all of these lists are scary.
Yeah.
You've got double Ghosts. You got a Ghost next to Dutch and Wulffwarro, who are both very durable. And then you've got Vader and Inquisitor backed up by a bunch of TIEs.
Yeah. Individually, each list is quite scary. And I think what's going to make it the most interesting is who goes where and who goes after what. Looks like at the moment, Conor is splitting his forces and seeing if he can just sort of take a bit of a bite out of everyone.
He does also have the most ships on the board, so I could see Conor going for more of an objective win with Scramble the Transmissions.
Yeah, so obviously going for those objectives on the board, of which there are 5 of them. So you'll see the purple force token going down is Conor's taking them. Later on, you'll see an orange token go down for myself, and a blue token would go down for Madbots taking a token. So obviously, with this being the original version of it, you still, as in the new version, have to do an action to capture that objective. If you are looking to capture an objective that is already captured, you then have to roll a dice. On a blank, no one has it. And on a focus, hit or crit, you take it. I know the new rules now is just action and you take it, rather than having to roll for it.
The other main difference in this older version of Scramble the Transmissions is that points are up for grabbing this first round from the satellites.
Yes, points are up for grabs straight away.
And Vader has gone straight for that middle one to get those.
That's actually the Inquisitor.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Vader.
My mistake.
Yep. Vader is still hidden.
Vader's a 6, he hasn't moved yet.
Yeah, Vader has not moved yet, so... but yeah, you can see very quickly that Conor is getting in there and getting the objectives, which I think, especially in the pre-update version, is a great idea, because the quicker you can score points, the better it is for you straight away. Because there's 5 objectives, and if you're taking 3 objectives a turn, that is a lot of points. You don't get half points on ships, so you have to fully destroy them, which
very beneficial for the ghosts.
Yes, despite them not having evade dice, them having so much health is going to work definitely in their favor. So it is going to be interesting to see how this one plays out and as to who really gets into the action straight away. I mean, just from looking at the list, obviously I sent them to you earlier today. What were your thoughts? Where were you thinking who would likely have an advantage?
I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily an advantage. I just really like Hera as both a character and a pilot in the game. So, I mean, I'm kind of cheering for her.
Fair. Obviously, this is
in terms of what's actually a threat, though, I feel like the Imperials might have it just because of the numbers they have and the ability to, you know, if one TIE fails to capture an objective from an opponent, the one behind it can try again for them. Yeah.
That is actually really handy. Flying in formation like that is going to can be the difference there. What I do think is going to be interesting as well is where they're the lower initiative, though, it's quite easy for you to get that objective and then someone just come in and steal it off you.
There is also that.
But obviously with this, there's no guarantee that it will get taken because they obviously have to roll for it.
I mean, even then,
which is
both Rebel lists, both yours and Madbots, AP5 is docked, so you've actually only really got 3 ships on the board to try and compete for 5 objectives.
Yeah.
Conor's got 6 ships. He's got one spare, potentially.
Yeah. He has a spare ship, which is a nice situation to be in, to be honest.
And when you consider that sort of spare ship could be Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That's worrying to come up against.
If Darth Vader is your ace in the hole, that's challenging. That's not the situation.
He's got brilliant evasion. If you do manage to hit him, he'll get forced back with hate. He's got shield upgrade as well, just making him more durable.
It's just ridiculous the amount of health he actually has. And just looking at his loadout, I remember in 2.0 days before the new loadout update, you'd take Vader and you'd maybe put 3-4 upgrades on him because he was so expensive in himself, it would chew through your points. But the amount of upgrades you can put on these ships now where they don't make any difference to the amount of points your list actually is.
Yes.
It is crazy. I mean, just looking at Kallus as well, the amount of upgrades that Kallus has, again, they're not particularly expensive upgrades, but there are
a lot of them.
7 upgrades on there.
And only one of them's free, being the Titan.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big attack coming from the Ghost.
So that's Hera into, I think, one of these ties.
Looks like, yeah. So that is just the 1 damage. Oh, for a focus there. That's one of the tough things, I think, with the Ghost It's knowing whether to focus or reinforce. Reinforce is just so strong.
Reinforce is very good defensively, and I can see wanting to keep hold of points. I've seen a lot of people run Saw Gerrera on board a ghost, just take a crit and use the focus.
Yeah.
You got enough health to tank it, especially early on when you're only losing shields and you've not yet gone to your 10 hull.
I mean, 10 hull is just ridiculous. So we've got another shot coming back. That is into the ghost again. Sometimes hard to see who's rolling because obviously Conor and Madbots are rolling from that right-hand side.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ships on board, so apologies if we do miss something.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, but
there's a crit.
There is a crit, and that is a hull breach.
The first one on a ghost, that's not what you want to see.
That is genuinely the worst crit, I think, to get on a ghost straight away. Especially
since you really want to be using your action to try and take away that objective from the Empire, but now you're having to use it to fix that.
Does have Chewbacca.
Oh, that's true. Yes, Chewbacca crew.
Chewbacca is going to be a really solid option there to actually get that back.
Yeah.
So that's quite nice. Yeah, but going into round 2, early points there. So no points for Madbots. I think he's forgotten about objectives. 1 for myself and 3 for the Empire, just storming into an early lead there. Reminder, it is first to 20 will trigger the end game, and then you'll finish that round and then tot up all the points at the end of that round. So even if you aren't the one that gets to 20 first, just like an Aces High, you can still sneak it out from someone.
Now, I'm curious if you're going to end up splitting your ghosts at some point. Is the blue one going to head towards the tie that just moved and maybe who I assume is the Lothal rebel?
So blue is the Lothal rebel, yes.
Oh, okay. So and then Kallus would sort of head more towards Madbot's ghost.
Yeah. I mean, to try and fly 2 large base ships in formation for a long time...
It's tricky.
...is a skill. It's a skill because the dials do not allow for that. The dials just don't. The dials just say no on that because, I mean, imagine trying to to bank them together. Oh, God.
Banking in particular.
Yeah.
Tricky.
So, but what you can't see just behind Kallus there is a rather interestingly placed obstacle. Oh, I think that's Night Beast on rock.
Oh, no.
So that's... yes, that is a rock. Sorry, I had with the new tokens, I had to double check them because...
Oh, yeah, because there's the blue ones from the Mandalorian pack, aren't they?
I mean, they're so pretty.
They are very nice to look at. But at the same time, they're different enough. You're like, is it a rock? Yeah, it's a rock.
So it's going to be an auto damage and roll. He's still alive, so that's fortunate for him.
But loses his action and doesn't get a shot.
Yeah. I've just thought, in a 3-player game, if a ship dies on a rock, no one gets the points.
Yeah.
Unless... You can almost guarantee there'll be that question, but what if I ion them onto the rock, or what if I did this to them and it caused...
I guess then there's the irony, do you just split the points? Or if it's very obvious that it's one person's doing, maybe they do get the... Yeah.
I mean, right there, I definitely wouldn't be getting the points because it would be nothing to do with me. I haven't got any...
That's user error on that one.
Oh. So I think... I've made it through, and I think there's me going, guys, check this out. I got it through the gap. Because, like I said, right under Kallus there, right behind the ship, is a gas cloud. Very tight angle there. And I have to say, it was really good fun.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how close that was after Kallus moves. Because as much as I do like the ship, it is big.
Yeah. And I mean, I've got 2 of the 1.0 versions as well, so that's why they are so wobbly compared to Madbots, which is just steady as a rock.
I also only have version 1s I didn't realise they'd solidified the basing, I guess is probably the best way to put it.
They fixed the base.
That's good.
If you get a chance to look at the base for a 2.0 Ghost, they've just done a much better way of doing it.
The version 1 didn't really work. I actually used some glued Lego at one point when I was using the Ghost a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, it cups the model more rather than just being sort of 3 prongs resting on it. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was very close with your Lothal Rebel.
Yeah, even myself, I was like, well, I'm going over this. Nothing I can do. And
right,
I missed it. I was
like, get the angle on the enemy that you want.
And I say about it's hard to bank them together, but I'm not going to lie, that looks like a pretty good little formation bank there, to be honest.
It almost looks like you planned it.
Well, I mean, I planned for them to be pointing roughly in that direction. I didn't realise they were going to still be parallel with each other. I mean, I'll take that as an absolute win.
Now, what have we got going on up here? Oh, Dutch, I think is bumping. Does he just end up on the rock, or is he just bumping?
But does he clear?
Oh, he might fit in the gap.
He clears, but he's bumped into something even bigger.
Oh, and he's bumped into an ally, so he might also take some damage.
Yeah.
Which way is his turret pointing at the moment?
His turret, I believe, is pointing to ship left, so towards Vader at the moment. Because obviously he started facing up the board, so it kind of makes sense that turret.
I was kind of wondering if it was pointing backwards and you'd get a good shot on Night Beast to maybe finish the job.
I mean, that would be pretty good, to be honest. I mean, I would say you could drop a concussion there, but it's a mine, so it wouldn't go off instantly.
Yeah, Night Beast would be gone by then.
Yeah. I mean, if Night Beast finishes this round off, I'd be very impressed because although it's only a 2-point ship, it's still taking a gun off the board and scoring you 2 points. So it's almost worth just saying, right, well, one of my ships will just take a pot shot at it. As to who that's going to be, I don't know.
I mean, it's looking like it might be...
Well, I think it'll probably be Wulffwarro.
Yeah.
Although the Ghost does have its turret pointed that way as well. But depending on where...
If there's something in front of the Ghost, you probably want to use your 4-dice gun on that rather than out the side to maybe get 2 points. Like, if you can really put the hurt on, like, Vader, I mean, okay, probably not going to happen now. But if that situation comes up, you take that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime you can get a really strong attack on a strong opponent, you are going to go for that attack straight away. But it just makes sense. So, but that was really nicely cleared there by the Ghost, actually getting right out of the middle of that. And does take that objective as well. So we have some scoring going. So as I said, Madbots using those shield tokens there to simplify.
No, because AP5 is docked, the Ghost only has a 2-die gun out the back.
Yeah, it'll be the Ghost. It'll be the actual Sheathipede's gun out the back, but it would be range 1 if Vader stays there. So it would be a 3-dice attack. I mean, it's impressive that the Ghost has at this point a 270-degree arc.
I guess it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's the Chewie trigger to repair the crit. Correct idea. Vader using his force, to gain that focus and move his target lock. Just so impressive. And loving the fact that he has that target lock. Advanced targeting computer giving him the crit as well. So that's some more damage going through, and that's all into Dutch.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's going into the Y-Wing.
Yeah. Vader didn't get enough Y-Wing action in the May 4th video, so decided to go for it against a damage sensor array there. That is not good.
Madbots list has already taken quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, although he's only got a few ships coming against him, one of them is Vader. And Vader has been consistently good so far.
I mean, you'd hope so. It is Vader.
Yeah, I mean, fire control system, focus, target lock, force. Yeah, you'd expect it to be good. And that is a lot of damage going through at the moment. So just seeing where Hera is going to shoot.
Is the side shot maybe for finishing Night Beasts?
I mean, I'm not sure if that is...
I saw some fingers being pointed.
Yeah. Let's see where the damage actually... Yep, so that is Night Beast gone. I mean, it's points on the board, so that is a good thing. Yeah. I potentially would have tried to have a shot at Vader whilst he's got 2 force down. Maybe see if you can bleed that force out of him, because as we know, force users, when they start getting force starved, it's
especially
really
with,
good.
Especially with Dutch and the Wookiee both having guns on Vader as well. Granted, it's a bit more of a distance for them. You know, all 3 ships can shoot him. Maybe
you can really... Yeah, focus fire him down, especially Wulffwarro having a 4-dice gun. So, I mean, will they try and take out red instead so that they get, that rhymes, so they can get some more points there and then have no shots coming back at them? I don't know.
I guess there's also the thing of it being a 3-player game. Because if he doesn't destroy the 1 health Night Beast, you might come in and do it and you get the points.
Yep, I mean, we've seen it previously in the 3-player game that we did a couple months back, and also in Aces High. The amount of times that kills are stolen and all those nice, tasty points are nicked right out from under you. It's frustrating, I can tell you. Oh, and I think that's... Ooh.
Not good dice for whatever that tie was.
That is red. Red is down to 1 with a damaged engine. That is not good at all. Those are some good dice coming from Madbots there, though. I think
some revenge for what damage Dutch took.
Yeah, I do think just got to go for the kill, get rid of it. You've got no more guns shooting at you this turn either, so if you can get that gun out, it is pain.
What was that shot?
That was Wulffwarro into red.
Oh, is that range 1?
Wulffwarro is a 4-dice gun. He's because also he has taken damage from the concussion mine early on. Yeah, so the wiring using the concussion mine to trigger the damage on Wulffwarro straight away.
I was like, how is he getting the extra damage? But yes, so he bombed his own ship to get the extra damage.
Yeah, he was going angry Wookiee style.
Nice. I like it.
Seen it first, actually Quinn did it in a game a while back, and I just thought it was such a clever idea, and it makes sense, especially if you have stuck a hull upgrade on there or a shield upgrade, and you're using a mine that you can just recharge straight away. Brilliant idea. Ooh, that's some shields going down on the Lothal. That's all the shields down on the Lothal. I bet Conor wished that roll was the other way around though, to get a crit in early. But the Lothal Rebel is just there going, I've got the hull for it. It's fine.
I mean, how is what, 28 hull or health between 2 ships?
Between those 2, yeah.
And then you've still got 2 other ships in the list.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great shot. And I believe that's into the Inquisitor. Forcing the Spender's force.
Him not quite being out of the arc of that 4-dice gun is going to do some damage.
Scary that he only took 1 damage there. But that's not too bad. Made him spend his force as well. But end of turn 2, points update. I have 2, going strong. Madbots and Conor both on 5. Conor purely with the objectives there. But that was a good round.
Working your way across the board.
Yeah, I mean the Ghosts aren't. They're not the slowest ship, but they're also not the pace. They've got a good straights, but it's. I don't want to just go straight, otherwise I'm just in the corner.
Also, looking at the board layout, the satellite that is, I guess, bottom right of the screen, that's quite close to Kallus,
is untaken.
Well, if you take it, no one's there to contest it for a while.
Yeah, it would take a couple of turns, I think, for those TIE fighters to get there, because they've still got a fair distance to travel.
Yeah, I also want to point out that the Inquisitor is just Inquisitor. It's not the Grand Inquisitor. It's just a no ability guy. He just has the Force.
Nice, cheap, and cheerful.
Oh yeah, it's still a great pilot.
I mean, again, this is first round points of 2.5, 4 points for the Inquisitor. Great little chassis, getting you the Force as well in there.
I mean, with the newer points, he's still 4 points.
Nice.
So,
there was a fair amount of change with the points. Overall, I think it was okay, actually. Some of my lists needed a fair amount of tweaking.
How close was he to that rock?
Well, close enough that I needed to take a picture of it.
The phone comes out. That's when you know it's been close to an obstacle, when the phone comes out for a picture.
Yeah. Going to try and take my objective, but you fail. So I'm okay with you not taking it, but that's some points I won't be getting at the end of the turn. And TIE Fighter coming in for a nice little hug with the Ghost.
But also the Blue Obsidian Squadron pilot has now used his action to try and do that, and he has no tokens now for defense.
Absolutely, and if he is in arc, that could be quite bad for him.
I mean, the turret at the very least is going to get him, if not the 4-die primary.
Yeah, I mean, I would very much like a 4-die primary there, or if it is range 1, a 5-die. But obviously we can't see it right now, but we do have the Inquisitor tucked under the Ghost's wing right now. And Blount coming in to see if he can just be a nuisance. You know, I'd never really... I don't think I'd ever flown a Rebel Z95 until I flew this list, because at this point, Blount was 2 points, and it just seemed like it fit so well into the list, even though it doesn't have any upgrades.
I don't think I've used them a lot, maybe once or twice. Certainly not a lot in version 2. They're good ships. They're just, I don't know, for me, they're not as recognizable as X-Wings or Y-Wings or the Ghost or...
Yeah.
I even know the Wookiee Auzituck better than the Z95, so...
Well, I mean, we've got the new clone Z95s out, and I think they're more recognizable, and such a different shape.
Yeah, if you showed me those two, I would have been like, yeah, I guess they're the same brand of fighter.
I'm not gonna lie, the Rebel and Scum Z95 kind of look like they went in a really hot wash and then a really hot tumble dry afterwards. And I feel sorry for the pilots that have to try and fit into them now. It's like, I've got no room in here.
I mean, I guess it's a bit like the Y-Wings, right? They just stripped off all the unnecessary bits.
Yeah. Absolutely. And obviously, again, a lot of it is probably what they had to hand as well. Obviously, they can't... A lot of these are used by the Rebels, the Scum factions. They're not going to be able to have all those brand new bits of kit. So things are going to get a bit battered and a bit worn. But that looks like trying to see if we can get a little bit of a kill box up on Vader there in the top corner with Dutch's turret to ship left and Wulffwarro with his 180-degree arc there. So it's quite a nice little box there. And I believe...
come.
I believe Dutch has actually repaired his damage sensor array, although it's not showing on the overlay. The card is flipped, so he can actually do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, he doesn't look like he's taken any other actions, so I assume he's fixed that. Also, Vader is slippery. Like, he can use the force to reposition a bit, token up if needed.
Yeah.
He's maybe going to be all right.
Yeah. Just to confirm there, obviously you see the 2 target locks. They are Wulffwarro and Duchess. That's from Duchess' ability. Coordinated from AP5 whilst docked to Hera.
Ah, nice.
So that's how he was able to get rid of damage sense rate and get the target locks in there. Really good combination, which I forgot about AP5's combination the whole way through because I don't really fly Rebels. I basically went, I bought a Ghost second hand and I want to fly 2 of them. What can I do? And wrote a list and didn't really read it. So remember that, guys. Always read your cards.
I'm trying to find the wording for those. Because if you have the Sheathipede dock, you get the coordinate.
Yeah, and you can do it before you move.
Fair enough. Phantom title, maybe?
If I'm wrong, correct me.
No, it is a thing. I just can't remember where it's written.
Ouch. Big shot from Vader there, spending the target, spending fire control system, spending the focus, 2 hits, 2 crits.
Ow.
And that's 1 evade dice, so I think, that'll be into Wulffwarro because of the angle, but that is a lot of damage there. FYI, Wulffwarro does actually have 6 health. I missed the hull upgrade on there, so you'll see it drop down and come back up a little bit later, so... But direct hit.
Now he's
That's not good. He's a very angry Wookiee. Hera, seeing how she can clean up range 1. Oh, I think that might be into the Inquisitor if it's a 5 dice shot. Oh, nothing off the target lock though. But hit 2 crits. That is.
I mean, that could be enough.
That could be enough. Potential of brilliant evasion coming into play. Oh,
is that 2 crits?
2. So 2 crits going through. So shield and crit. What is the crit on the Inquisitor? Direct hit would be nice, but hull breach.
Oh, well, that's not an issue when you're on 1 health, is it?
Yeah, it's kind of pointless. No one really cares about hull breach at this stage.
That's when you're going, oh, well, that's basically just a damage card.
Yep. Ooh, and looks like Kallus is going for the angry Wookiee.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess the shot on Vader is range 3 and obstructed, and yeah, you're probably not going to get that.
No tokens either at this point, so
if you get lucky with some crits and good damage, you might take him out.
Yeah, I mean,
not
that's
that roll,
3 hits. But still 2 hits going to it. Still a pretty good shot from that range as well, with no tokens either.
True, yeah.
But we have Blount. Can he take out the Inquisitor? It'll be a bit of a coup there after Conor's put so much damage in.
Yeah, I mean, the Inquisitor does still have 1 force, although that's
3 hits.
A lot of paint.
He needs all the paint. He's got a focus in there, but he needs all of the paint.
Oh, if only that was...
And that's not paint. That's
He's got
not
no
paint.
upgrades on the Inquisitor, has he?
Not that it's going to help him in this situation. So that is the Inquisitor down. And that's how you steal 4 points out from under your opponent. Completely... Well, I say completely. It's changing the landscape at the moment.
You were behind on points, now you're ahead.
Yeah. Still with 1 ship to shoot as well. And that, because the Inquisitor's the I3 as well, that means there's no range 0 shot going into the Ghost, which is super handy.
Yeah, so now it's, green shooting the Ghost?
Yeah.
No, Ghosts.
No, that's Wulffwarro shooting at Vader.
Oh, of course. I saw a bunch of dice. Yes, you're right. It's the angry Wookiee. That is a...
4 hits going into Vader. That is...
Even Vader is going to struggle to dodge that.
Yep.
Especially like that.
I mean, does he spend?
I think at this point you just use the focus, right?
Yeah, use the focus, and you'll get the force back anyway for hate.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So, but that is a lot. That's
Vader, which is as a rebel player, it's always good to see.
Yeah,
not so good for Conor in this situation, but
yeah. I mean, that's an impressive amount of points there. Well, impressive amount of hits there into Vader. But again, that's kind of what the Auzituck does. It's a very strong gun. And I don't fly it very often, which is the thing. It also looks a bit like a Dragonfly with the Mining Guild tie wing on it as well, in typical fashion. Oh, that's a disappointing range 1 shot. From Lothal into blue. Easily evaded.
That's range 0.
No, that was actually into blue. It was range 1.
Oh, sorry, I shoot that way.
Yeah, within arc, it was range 1.
No, it's shooting back. That's the range 0 shot I was thinking.
That's range 0 hit crit. And the crit is disable power regulator, but I've already shot, so I'm not going to get an ion this turn.
Also, you need 3 ions for that to do anything, so you got a while to fix it.
Yeah. End of round 3, totting up the points. Looks like Conor is gaining 2 more points. I'm gaining 1, and Madbots is getting 1, so it's 7-6-7 in the scoring. But while we're waiting for the pilots to get their dials down and for turn 4 to start, just want to remind you guys, if you do like what we're doing here at Out of Arc Gaming, you can support us on Patreon. The link is in the description below, and we will have plenty of stuff going on Patreon at the moment with pictures from behind the scenes of what we've got upcoming. So if you do like what we're doing, click the link down below and you can support us on there.
Oh, is this a K-turn from the Rebel? No, it's just going straight.
Going straight.
I guess you can use an action to try and take the objective. You got the turret potentially.
Yeah, looking for objective stealing. Stealing it.
Yep, you do. Cool.
So it's these scenarios really do change the way you approach a game now, whereas previously obviously it would just be get straight in and take the enemy out.
You start off this game going, okay, what's worth the most points? Probably Vader, maybe Hera. I'll go for one of them and get some points.
Yeah, but then now you add in the objectives and you're thinking, actually,
I'll disengage and grab that.
Yeah, because you kind of have to think as well, right? Okay, it's going to cost me the action, but what are the benefits for doing it? And thinking, right, if I keep hold of this, or at least make it harder for someone else to get it later, then that's points that that's points that I could get.
Wait, like think of it this way, right? If you hold an objective for 2 rounds, you've effectively killed Night Beast.
Yeah.
If you keep hold of it for, well, we're on turn 4, if you keep hold of it for that, you've killed 2 Night Beasts.
Or the Inquisitor.
Or 1 Inquisitor. You know, it's a good alternative to scoring points.
Yeah, and I do genuinely think that when I first saw the scenarios, I was a little bit like, oh, this is going to be odd. Like this is I don't play X-Wing for scenarios. I play it for dogfights and shooting your enemy. But
we've seen a lot of shooting in this game.
Yeah, I am actually still really enjoying it. I think that the scenarios haven't necessarily taken that away. They've just added an additional element on top of that. So it's not just all about getting that perfect position to hurt your enemy. It's also about getting that good position to get those points. So I've actually really enjoyed the scenarios so far.
I don't want to get too into like rule changes and stuff, but the main thing they changed in particularly Scramble the Transmissions, the scenario we're playing here, is that it's no longer a roll of the die to capture a satellite. Yeah. Do you think that seems fair after playing it? Like, yeah, it probably should just be a take the objective.
Yes, because there are also now only 3 objectives.
Oh, that's true. They reduced the amount as well.
So having only 3 objectives, I think it actually works a bit fairer because there's less chance you get. And now that you don't score in the first turn,
there's no rush.
Yeah, it's also not as much of a focus on the objectives, so it's bringing more of that dogfight back in. But again, yeah, we're not here to wax lyrical about the rules.
I just thought
a crack it. But yeah, to be honest, again, I'm really enjoying 2.5. Still play a bit of 2.0 with some of the other guys, and again, you don't have to play a scenario. You can still dogfight in 2.5. It's an option, but looks like Madbots has zipped past Vader,
and he's going for either your Lothal Rebel or Lieutenant Blount.
I mean, Blount can take both the Auzituck and the Y-Wing. I'm predicting it now. The Ghost, unfortunately, that's right in front of it is quite scary because it dwarfs my Z95 considerably.
Just a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure even the Doc's AP5 is in a way bigger than the Z95.
I actually think that the Sheathipede is bigger. Oh, so trying to help move there, but we have some crazy shenanigans with Nien Nunb and Hera interacting with each other, and this is why that's not standard play.
In standard.
Yeah, this is extended play format. So
no, we're here doing a 3-player game. It's for fun.
Yeah,
and also it's Hera. Let her fly the Ghost. I'm still waiting on the whatever new version of her they come out with.
So what we've got her in the Ghost, the
B-Wing,
A-Wing, and the B-Wing. We don't have her in the attack shuttle though, do we?
Oh yes, sorry, on the attack shuttle.
So we've got the attack shuttle. So in theory, most people are waiting for the X-Wing.
I mean, I just want them to do a version in the Ghost because it's Hera's ship.
Yeah,
in the Ghost that is standard available.
Yeah,
just
I completely understand that. It wouldn't surprise me if they do look at some of the abilities that are in the game and go, right, those ships that we've sort of taken their abilities away, let's adapt it so that you can still fly those pilots, because there's quite a few iconic pilots that you can't fly because of it. Hera, for instance, and it would be nice to have.
I think they have said that they're going to. They just haven't quite got around to it yet.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. He stole my objective. But it's fine. It caused
your action to take it, and you caused him his action to take it back. Or take it from you. I guess you took it from Conor.
Yeah, I took it from Conor. So that,
take it from you.
That one has gone round the houses now. And
he's gone fast enough that I don't think he's got any shot on Blount anymore.
No, I don't think he does.
No,
no, the turret, I believe, is pointing down at Blount there. At Blount. You can just about see that turret. Yeah. But we are now Vader having a pop at Kallus. Ooh. And because there's a dice modification, Kallus gets an evade dice.
Of course, yes. So yeah, Kallus is one of the players from that like Aces pack, isn't it?
Hot shots and Aces. And not only that, he evaded the shot. A Ghost evading.
Yeah, because Aleksandr Kallus' ability, while you defend, if the attacker modified any of the attack dice, you may roll 1 additional defense die. And the fact that he dodged that attack is nuts, because it's a 0 agility ship being shot at by Vader.
It brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? It just brings a little tear to your eye of joy. I'm not gonna lie, when it happened, I was just like, this is the most hilarious thing ever. I love it. But looks like Hera. I'm not sure who Hera's shooting at. If it's it's me. It's the Lothal Rebel.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah. 4 damage. Ouch. And it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. It's weird going like, it's 4 damage, and the ship is still there. Still has 4 hull remaining.
Yeah, and annoyingly, Blount does not have a shot there. Just squeaked out, but that does mean Madbots get some chewits. So next up, because I actually have initiative over Madbots, we have Kallus. I think the only thing Kallus, well, he's got his turret towards Wulffwarro, but as we said earlier, you've got such a promising shot there. Range 1 shot into Vader. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
I mean, Vader is worth so many more points.
Yeah, I mean, he's 8 points.
No, he's worth.
Oh no, in this, I think
3 points more than Wolf.
Yeah.
But then again, it's easier to take out the Wookiee, so...
Yeah. Oh, going for that range 1, though. Focus, that's 5 hits. That's pretty good.
I mean, who's that into?
Into Vader.
Oh, okay.
So he could...
just lives, I think?
No,
it's not.
That's Vader down. Vader has just eaten 5 damage there. He needed all 3 of Ace to survive.
I mean, range 1 of a 4-die attack is a scary place to be for any ship, let alone an Ace who wants to be dodging arcs like Vader.
I mean, I'm happy to trade that objective to Madbots to mop up his kill there, to be honest. But that's the second time I've come in and mopped up from...
Yeah, that's the thing with the 3-player game.
Yeah. One player is always going to end up taking advantage of it massively. Last 3-player game we had, Conor really took advantage. I mean, he did cheat a little bit. He had Vader in the Defender with a wing of ties, which we later found out you can't do. It looked cool though, but he was mopping up.
At the time, this is, I think, Wulffwarro trying to get some revenge for you taking away those points.
Yep, and that's all shields down on Kallus. Nice strong attack there from the Angry Wookiee.
That 180 arc is very good.
Yeah, it's that 180 arc that makes you go, why don't people fly the Auzituck more often? But I don't think it's got a great dial, does it?
No, the dial isn't great. I think I should give Wulffwarro a chance at some point in the future.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one that I think everyone's going to gravitate towards because that is a really cool ability. Although now losing the ability to put hull upgrade on a ship might be something that people might, but I don't think it's too bad.
It's a good way to get, the extra die early on.
Yeah, but we are heading into turn 4, and those points are drastically changing. 16 points for myself, 8 for Madbots, and 8 for Conor.
See, at this point, surely Madbots and Conor are both looking at the points going, hang on a minute, truce?
Yeah. Suddenly, we are joining forces, but...
Here comes...
AP5 is popping out. I love that.
I was like, why is he picking up the Ghost? Oh, because the model is on the Ghost.
Yeah, because he's got the new one. You could actually mount AP5 on the back, which is so cool.
Yeah.
But I don't need 3 Ghosts because you still can't run 3 Ghosts in a list for good reason.
Yeah, that would be simple.
I mean, that would be 42 health and 3-4. You just fly them. You would fly those in formation together and just be like, I'm just going to range 1 I'm going to get into range 1 and have 3 5-dice attacks.
Curious what his plan is for AP5 here. Is he going to try and send it off to grab some objectives or to sort of take those shots?
It's interesting because he's obviously has to come out the back and he's heading towards an objective he already holds. But I mean, he does have the front and back arc. So he has the ability to be a bit of a pain and just get in the way now that he's an I1. Good coverage for shots, so helping to create even better kill boxes when you take into account Wulffwarro's 180, Dutch's essential 180 with his turret. So there's potential there for him just to get in the way. I mean, he could. I mean, that's a nice space if Blount has done a bank just to be right in the way there.
Yeah, it could be a good bump. Although AP5 will move first.
AP5 has already moved because he's deployed.
Hasn't he got a dial set?
No, that's the Ghost and the Z95
It's been a while since I've deployed a ship in version 2.
Yeah. I mean, in standard play, there's only 3 ships that can do it, and one of them does it as an emergency deploy anyway. And that's the Houndstooth with an Ashtar pup. So stealing that objective back.
Over this objective.
Yeah. It's my objective. No, it's my objective.
It's kind of looking a bit like the end of Pirates of the Caribbean 3, where they're in that maelstrom just circling each other, just shooting out the sides.
Oh, that is such a good image. If we could somehow get the map, have the ships magnetized and the map just turns into that, that'd be so cool. But there's Conor just getting some more objectives there with his 2 lowly TIE fighters.
I think that's his best chance at the moment of getting some kind of points, is just denying the objectives from you two.
Yeah, they're probably just looking out of their cockpits, just going, guys, it's not looking good. Can we come home now? Each other,
being like, it's okay, Lord Vader will save us. Like, I'm afraid Lord Vader is gone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I'd be very scared for those ties, but it looks like the Rebels have just gone, yeah, ties are boring. We've got more interesting things to go at.
Let these Rebels deal with themselves, and we'll deal with the objectives.
Yeah. Let the Rebels weaken themselves. We'll reap the rewards afterwards.
Oh, not a bump.
Oh, not a bump. Nice. I like it. Also, fully out of AP5's arc there.
And now Hera doesn't have a rear shot.
True. So win-win there for Blount at the moment. Although we are still waiting to see where Dutch and Wulffwarro go, so it could go badly. I think taking the focus there rather than the objective is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Because, yep, very good idea. Hello, Wolf. That's an angry Wookiee. Definitely a scary place to be right now.
Yeah.
And it just got a little bit scarier. It's okay. Do you think they might go for the TIE fighter instead of me?
I doubt it. You're double their points at the moment.
No, I have the same points as them. Blount is 2 points.
No, sorry, I meant overall.
Overall scoring, yeah. Curious where this ghost is going to go. Circling.
Yep, circling.
Absolute circling.
Now, is this objective going to be argued over again, or do you token up and try and take out the Lothal rebel?
I think if I was Madbots, I'd token up and try and take out Lothal. But I think might squeeze a range 1 in there.
I mean, if you've got range 1, you've got 5 dice to try and get 4 damage in.
Yeah. And I think he also has a target lock coordinated from AP5 as well. Oh, taking the focus. So I think, target lock focus.
If he has a fully modded attack, go for it, because 7 points are worth more than the 1 you're going to get off the objective. Plus, if you do take it out, you can grab the objective next turn.
Yeah. See how many dice are being rolled.
I don't think they...
There we go.
Oh, only 2.
Oh, only
crit, though.
2 hits and a crit. This could do it. And the crit is important.
I can't see what it is.
The crit is... unimportant. It's structural damage.
Oh, that's fine for a ghost.
The most pointless.
Wow, so
Crits.
we've had two kind of pointless crits.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for the
and still not going to be Ion next turn. So it should still be fine if we make it to that point, because we're now at the I4 step. So we've got Kallus and Blount to shoot. I think we know where Blount is shooting.
Oh, yep. Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, that's another damage into Wulffwarro. Not quite enough. Oh, I think that angle is just... So, 4 dice attack into Dutch or the Dorsal Turret into Wulffwarro. What do you say?
I think you go for the Wookiee.
It's got 1 health.
1 health. You got a good chance of getting some points.
Yeah. It's such a tough one as well, because they're like... Because I don't think you'd be very lucky to take Dutch out. It'd have to be a really good run of crits. I
think that's the other interesting thing about the new points system is that rather than being like, well, Dutch is going to be a problem later on, I should take him out now, I can deal with Wulffwarro later. It's now more of a race to get the points. So you're like, you know what, I can finish the Wookiee, I'll go for him.
I mean, I was always of the opinion as well before, unless you had something that was so much better, it's almost worth doing that big shot to take out a ship. Because if you can take out that ship, it's a gun that isn't shooting, especially right now. Like, Blount would be getting a 5 dice shot coming in, so that's going to be big news.
Yeah. The best defense is a good offense.
Oh, 1 hit. It goes through.
Nothing. Oh.
That is Wulffwarro down. That's 5 points. That puts me on 21. So that is triggering the end. So this is going to be the final turn. I'm not sure if anyone can get enough points to steal it.
If the rebel goes down, that'll give them 7. That puts them on 15.
15. I mean, Madbots has one objective. Potential to take out Blount, so he could at most get to 17.
So now it's a competition for second place, really.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good.
Despite the fact that, you know, early on in the game you were behind on the objectives, you slowly rolled in and just cleaned up shop, really.
Yeah, I think in any other game, that's an insane shot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's bye-bye Blount. Bye-bye Blount. I mean, we knew he was going to go down. But yeah, I think in any other scenario, take out one of these lists and the game would be so much tougher. Because if you were to take out my list and have just Madbots versus Conor,
they would swarm the ghost.
They would swarm the ghost, get rid of him so quickly, and then they just focus on one ship, get rid of them, move on. Focus on one ship, get rid of it, move on. Me versus Madbots solely, that would have been a really interesting game actually if we're using the same list, because with Wulffwarro and Hera, that's really powerful, but double ghost.
Yeah, you got 2 4-die guns flying right at each other and not many green dice on the table, so that would just be a game of destruction, I think.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how that one went down. And I'm not going to lie, 2 ghosts versus that Wing of Ties, I wouldn't count myself out, but it'd be really tough.
With those guns, you could maybe take out a couple a turn, at least one.
Oh, AP5 does not have a shot either way. Finally gets out on the board, no shot. So
final points tally.
So 23 points for myself with those 2 objectives. 11 points there for Madbots, 10 points for Conor. I think Conor was really unfortunate there. Splitting up to try and tackle both sets didn't quite pan out, and he had some tough guns to come up against, but that shot on Vader that took him out was just not ideal. But that, I'm not going to lie, was such a fun game to play. And I think a good thing as well, this goes to show you that 2.5 works really well for multiple players, because this game, it wasn't a hugely long game, but it was an entertaining one to play. So, but yeah, thank you very much to Madbots and Conor for joining me in that game. James, thank you very much for coming along and commentating. I hope you enjoyed seeing 3 ghosts on the table all at the same time.
Oh, you know I enjoyed seeing 3 ghosts on the table.
Absolutely.
It's the ship where, when it showed up in Rise of Skywalker, I cheered.
Oh, and Rise of Skywalker, yes. Oh, it was so good when he's throwing those. But anyway, fantastic game there, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. We've got more 2.5 stuff coming in the very near future. So please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, link for the Patreon in the description below, and we will see you next time.